In our days, when I talk of 1990 plus, that is the time when I had an experience, though I was in a very renowned school in the city, but yet I had seen in my own class, I had two children who were a little difficult. They had difficulty in learning. And I did see my teachers, of course, it was middle school, senior school, they had changed. I would see the teachers taking extra time teaching them so that they come up to the level. Then I come to my daughter, a generation next, which is around 2010 to 15. I had seen in her class also, there were few children, she used to come and say, where they used to have extra classes for the students. I think that is personalized learning. Flexible teaching, if I would say, flexible teaching and an educational approach where you cater to the needs of everyone. So when we are doing that, it definitely has a benefit. You just mentioned that teachers are still teaching in the traditional method in many places. That is where I think we as leaders play a vital role. First, we all expressed ourselves at the beginning in the introduction that we ourselves need to be motivated. We need to learn on a regular basis. And if we can do it as a head of the institution, I think the same vibes we can spread it to our teachers, because traditional teaching method should never exist now, because the children are no more the ones that existed at our times. We are dealing with the 21st century, why I would say 22nd century children who are going to have their jobs in later centuries, in later years. Therefore, if we aren't progressive in our thought process, if we don't change our traditional method to the personalized method, I think we will be in great trouble, because we are dealing with the future generation. If you talk of benefits, yes, I think that is the reason why we are discussing. You've taken such a wonderful topic, which is very less discussed. We are discussing on so many others, but otherwise, personal topic, at least I have been to so many forums. I think Chandok said this is the first time you have given such a wonderful platform where we could really open our mind and talk. We need to be progressive because every child's need is different. Now, gone are those days that humanities means a child who's unable to cope up with science and commerce. Absolutely wrong. I think most of the principals will agree to the fact that very bright students are going for humanities these days, because there are ample amount, and children are smart. They Google out everything. They're so much aware of what they want, what their dream is. So gone are those days. This is also personalized learning. Now, in a class of humanities, there are some still traditional thought process that the child will not be able to cope up with physics, chemistry, maths, or accountancy and economics. So he should study geography and history, because rote learning karke he can get marks. So we have two different levels, even at the senior level. Leave aside the primary early years and the middle school. There is the requirement of a personalized teaching. And if a teacher is flexible enough, if the principal is supportive enough, I think we can lessen the number of dropouts. We can ensure that actual teaching takes place. It is no more that marks that matters, because a holistic development of a child matters. If a child is not confident in the class, if a child is not understanding what's there in the class, I think he will never develop that confidence. Marks to mil jayega, ratta laga ke he can get, and these days getting marks is not so difficult. So you can get up to 80, 90. But if you do not have the knowledge, this is what CBSE is insisting on, the skills that need to be developed. And that can be done only when a teacher differentiates between a very high achiever and a child who's a low achiever. That balance has to be brought. So it may not be the marks as such, but if the understanding is there in the child, if the teacher can reach up to that level, I think her job is fulfilled, because the teacher has given the initiative to the child to question. The moment the question arises, he has actually understood the lesson. So the benefits, if I would say in a nutshell, that children enjoy the schooling, they exactly learn what they're supposed to, they gain knowledge, and they have the holistic development because there is positivity in them. They are knowing what they're studying. It is just not that they are producing the answers. So that is what is required.
Right.
And the class effectiveness, there is less of absenteeism. That is very much required. As it is these days, children are into so many coaching centers We're in senior classes, that's a big issue. So if the personalized learning is there, I think the children will never want to miss it out. So if we talk of these few things, yes, I would say that high achievers, I mean achievement, those children who have not been scoring very high, also they go up to a certain level, because now it's easier for them to understand, because the teacher has bifurcated the lessons in such a manner, and more efficiency in the usage of time management. That is both
Abs-
required for the teacher and the child. So these are few things that we all are heading for. And I would say that we as leaders play a vital role in encouraging the teachers to every day talk to them and ensure that the changes required are there. And as I strongly have great faith on the young generation, be it students or teachers, I'm very positive, and I feel these young teachers also, if you guide them, they are amazingly doing very well.